He might be the scariest superhero we've seen, almost as dark as Spawn, with similar powers but in many ways more complicated. A man who made a deal with a sinister demon and got cursed as a result, selling his soul and being bonded by a fallen angel, a spirit of vengeance gone insane, cursed to ride amongst the flames of hell doing the devil's will until he used his power to fight the forces of evil. And there's one incarnation of this character that may not have made for the best movies, but they've developed a cult following. And this character could see a resurgence within the superhero canon once again. And with Midnight Suns being fast-tracked in an MCU that dabbles with the multiversal, only one story could bring him back. My man Ryan Gosling is apparently going to be the new Ghost Rider. Hey, if you've seen Place Beyond the Pines, you know this man can make a motorcycle look cool. I love the idea of Ryan Gosling as Johnny Blaze, but for me there will only be one true Johnny Blaze, and that's the one from the 2007 Ghost Rider played by Nicolas Cage. Yes, I don't care what anyone says, this movie was goated. It's not perfect, but here's what we can say. Is it underrated? I think it was rated fine. This is not a great movie. It's absolutely cheesy. It's dumb. The dialogue is sometimes horrid. It's a stupid film filled with cliches. Dumb romance. But you know what? It's developed a cult following for a reason. It's got one badass main character. Alright? Nicolas Cage is Johnny Blaze. He plays this character with an eccentric stoicism. He goes nuts when you need him to, but he's also very weird. Normal. He's almost a dullard. He watches videos of monkeys and laughs. That's what that's the kind of character this is. He has aura unlike any other protagonist we've seen. He's not like the nerd stereotype. He's not the jock stereotype. He's not the silent stoic badass. He's not the cool guy. He's not the crazy person. No, he's just Johnny Blaze. The dude who has a death wish but knows he's going to live, so life is almost meaningless to him, but he feels guilt because of his father's death and he made the deal with the devil. This might be my favorite performance of Nicolas Cage ever because of just how weird it is. And is there anyone better to play a dude who goes and loses his shit as he's turning into a flame skull than Nicolas Cage? I feel like this was almost casted to perfection. I know like he's not the guy that people envision Johnny Blaze to be from the comics, but oh my god. I don't know what it is about this character. You just can't help but root for the guy because of how weird he is. And this has the best peak Ghost Rider design I've ever seen. Alright, let's just get it out of the way. Alright, I know the MCU has their Ghost Rider. I like this Ghost Rider design, but nothing beats this design for me. Him with the chain and the motorcycle, the way he turns the motorcycle into a demonic motorcycle and rides with the flames of hell. This is still, I don't think the MCU will top this design as Ghost Rider. Look at this dude! You don't want to fuck with that dude. Now the villain is Mid, Blackheart, son of Mephisto, trying to get a contract of San Bangaza or whatever and get a bunch of souls so he can rule the world or some bullshit. I don't know. This dude, when he's trying to have fun, he's cool. He's good. When he's trying to be dramatic and pronounced and dark, either the dialogue is bad or the acting is bad or both. It doesn't work. Some cool special effects here and there. I'm gonna be real. There's not really that many good scenes of him, only until the end when he gets the contract of San Venganza, gets all those freaking souls, and becomes Legion. We are many. And then we see Ghost Rider do the penance stare on him. By the way, can we just talk about how OP Ghost Rider is as a character? I don't know how many creatures this penance stare can work on, but the fact that he's able to look anyone with a soul and do this is insane. I know he did it to Galactus in a cartoon. I don't even know if that were real. I don't know how consistent this ability is in the comics, but all I'm going to say is this: he'd beat the shit out of Venom. I know that this penance stare might not work on Venom because he's a symbiote and blah blah blah. They don't have a soul, all that bullshit. But Ghost Rider would cook Venom for dinner and eat him. Fuck Venom. I love the final fight. This movie has some pretty cool action scenes with Ghost Rider. The way he punches people, uses his chain to make a fire tornado, burns them in the water, uses his shotgun and turns it into a demonic one by putting it into the shadows and making it a hell shotgun. This is an epic video game character, to be honest. I know he probably has had a video game, but anyways, I love the scene where him and Carter Slade have that one last ride. They're riding through the desert. I love this scene. I don't know why Carter Slade can't bother helping Ghost Rider with the final fight. Instead, he's like, this is the last ride for me. This is my last chance to turn, and I only got one chance. Why don't you just keep being Ghost Rider until you help him fight Blackheart? I don't fucking know. There's a lot of shit in this movie that doesn't make sense, okay? Eva Mendes. Are you going to tell me this movie sucks badly if she's in it, looking the way she does. Look at this woman. I swear, if you think this movie sucks and you look at Eva Mendes in this, and you think, it's all in, whatever, mid. Something's wrong with you. You're mentally ill. That's what I'm going to say. This woman is half the reason I watched this movie, to be honest. She is a goddess. She dates 2 Ghost Riders, apparently. One Nicolas Cage is Johnny Blaze, and she's Ryan Gosling's wife. She bagged 2 Ghost Riders. That's how you know she's a goat. Ryan Gosling's one of the luckiest men of all time. That being said, though, their romance is one of the weaker parts of the movie. It's just very cheesy. I feel like it's forced in, and this movie should have leaned into the supernatural horror aspect. Instead, it tried to have a romance because that was the thing to do in the early to mid 2000s for superhero movies. Just force a romance in there. Now, I don't even know if they have chemistry. I think they do. But the problem is, Nicolas Cage, his performance is so weird. Like it's like half emotional. If you watch it, you know what I mean? Like, he could have chemistry with anyone, but at the same time, you don't know if he can vibe with people properly. He doesn't seem human in this. I think they work well together. The problem is, it feels like it should be in a different movie, not Ghost Rider. This movie should have been way more scarier than it actually was. I do love Mephisto in this. Mephistopheles, sinister, vile, always cooking things up, always planning. He's just, you can't trust this motherfucker. He's just shady. He plays shady so well. I think he should have been the main villain this whole time instead of Blackheart, his lame-ass son, but whatever. We're not going to talk about Spirit of Vengeance. Okay, we don't talk about Spirit of Vengeance. The only thing you can say about Spirit of Vengeance that I liked was the ending where he takes Mephisto and throws him back into hell. Alright, go home. He satiates the spirit within him after Mephisto falls, and he becomes a blue flame Ghost Rider, and in his angelic form. We're going to talk about that later. This is one of the most important plot points ever. This is one of the most important plot points I've ever brought up in my life. Now, there could have been ways to bring back Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze. There was a whole bootleg universe they were trying to start up with Thomas Jane's Punisher, and then they were going to make a Lady Punisher or whatever. I thought that they could have expanded this to take other established characters by Fox Studios and whatnot that were gone and bring them back, like Matt Murdock as Daredevil, Eric Bana as Bruce Banner, Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze. Low budget short films. Maybe he exorcises a demon of a possessed girl, right? This is stuff that you don't really need a high budget to do. And you don't even need to show his Ghost Rider form, but you could bring him back. But they didn't want to do this. So, another option is with the MCU. I know a lot of people are going to say, nah, MCU ruins everything they touch now. Listen to me. You don't need to listen to Disney or MCU. Listen to me. The pitch of all pitches. With the multiverse, there's a lot of ways you could fuck this up. Okay? Where every time we try to bring back old OG characters, right? That all the people love from their childhood, it becomes just fanfare at the cost of story and cameo upon cameo upon cameo, right? We don't need to go crazy with this, all right? This doesn't need to be multiple cameos. We only need one. It's all going to revolve around our main Ghost Rider in the MCU, Johnny Blaze, played by Ryan Gosling, okay? He's the center point of the story, all right? And there's only one story you can use with the Midnight Suns as a team, since that's being established with Ghost Rider and all that. Let's say you have Blade, Ghost Rider, and maybe Doctor Strange comes in, right? And they're doing a Midnight Suns thing. There's one storyline that can bring back our Johnny Blaze in a good story. Not some multiverse bullshit. And that's Marvel Zombies. Don't leave! Don't leave yet! Hear me out, you fucks! Hear me out, okay? Remember how Marvel Zombies started? There's multiple realities at work here. This is a multiversal story where a plague zombified Sentry starts infecting people left and right. But in this story, Sentry's not going to be the one infected or destroyed. It's going to be our main guy, Johnny Blaze, who's going to be the center point to all this. Now, what happens is we're going to introduce a character who's like Lilith or somebody, someone who can blend in, someone who maybe worships a demon like Mephisto, someone who's evil, okay? She has goals to open a portal to hell. Right? And this is the way for the multiverse to establish this. Hell can be a touch point for multiple realities. Okay? Every single reality has a heaven and hell, and those are dimensions that all link together to a broader dimension. They're all part of the same dimension. That's multiversal in nature. So all the souls of the Abrahamic faith-related people go here. Okay? Heaven and hell. Now, this is our plot line. The problem is, he has a problem. Johnny Blaze has an internal conflict happening right now with the spirit within him. Zarathos. the main spirit that possesses him and is bonded with his soul. He doesn't like Zarathos. He hates the fact that he's tortured by having this dude bonded to his soul. So he has a major issue in here. He wants to get out. And Lilith offers him a chance. Lilith maybe either shapeshifts into somebody or has some of her followers trick him and says, you want out? You want to disconnect from Zarathos forever? I can help you. We can do a magic spell and I can detach him from your soul forever and destroy Mephisto's curse. And Johnny Blaze says, yes, let's do it. The problem is she tricks him. Her goal was to bring out Zarathos, not suppress him back into hell. She does a spell that forces Zarathos to take over Johnny Blaze's body entirely and bring out his true power. So Johnny Blaze's persona is suppressed instead of his. It's a battle of wills and Zarathos wins because of Lilith's help, or whoever this Lilith stand-in in this story. So she releases Zarathos through the body of Johnny Blaze and he goes on a fucking killing spree. But the way he goes on his spree is different from anything else. Now remember, the Kandorian demon in the Evil Dead, and I'm bringing up Evil Dead for a reason because I'm pretty sure Ash crossed over with Marvel Zombies at one point. The Kandorian demon came through. Whenever he comes through and is summoned, he takes deadites, corrupted souls from hell, and throws them into human beings, making them demonic in nature. Well, our zombie can do something similar, where he opens that portal to hell for Lilith, takes souls, and throws them into people's bodies, turning them into zombified deadites. Or he can make a demon virus or some shit and create a zombie plague. That's how we get our Marvel Zombies, and it's all centered around Johnny Blaze's body being occupied by Zarathos, who's able to do this. If Zarathos, as long as Zarathos remains here in his powerful form, the zombies will keep on coming. He needs to be defeated, but the problem is he's too fucking powerful now. The Midnight Suns can't do anything because there's an army of zombies coming at them, and Johnny Blaze, under the control of Zarathos, has turned into Vengeance from the comics. The corrupted green flame demonic Ghost Rider. This is what Zarathos has become now in Johnny Blaze's body. I know this is not exactly accurate to what Vengeance was in the comics, but this is how we're gonna bring him in, okay? This is what Zarathos has done. So now we got all these Marvel Zombies coming in, and it's like a fucking zombie apocalypse movie where our main characters from the Midnight Suns have to escape from these creatures running at them in the city. So Doctor Strange, maybe, or some sorcerer is like, fuck this. If they open a portal to hell to bring out this weapon of mass souls for zombification, we need to go into hell to see who we can find that can stop this, that can combat Lilith's magic or combat Zarathos, because he's too powerful alone. So they go into hell. All right. Now, hell, remember I told you, this is a multiverse. There's a multiple different souls there. But now we're not doing a cameo shit. We're not doing no cameo show, but we do see multiple Ghost Riders. Okay. We do see multiple Ghost Riders throughout time. The problem is none of these Ghost Riders can help them because they are endowed with the same spirits that Zarathos has. They're endowed with hellfire and fallen angels. They can't do anything to stop Zarathos. You need a Ghost Rider that's transcended, whose inner spirit has become the opposite of hellfire. That's the only thing that can combat Zarathos at his peak form. So they're like, who is this then? Who can we find that has this? What Ghost Rider can we find? Well, who do they point to? They're like, okay, there's only one transcended one who's in hell that we know of. Johnny Blaze. Nicolas Cage is Johnny Blaze. Remember, at the end of Spirit of Vengeance, he became Blue Flame Ghost Rider because his spirit was relinquished of its insanity and it became its angelic form. So he harnesses celestial fire now instead of hellfire. You could argue that he's more powerful now. I don't know how the power scaling works. And I don't know why Johnny Blaze was in hell at this point. You could just say maybe he was trying to fight Mephisto in his universe or some shit. I don't know. But we can make that up as we go along. A better screenwriter than me can figure that out. But he's the only one who can stop them. So we have Johnny Blaze, who's weaponizing the spirit of justice as he's become his angel form, the Angel Rider. So we have these two going at it now with the help of Midnight Suns backing Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze against Johnny Blaze. Two different entities going at each other. One, the spirit of vengeance, gone completely rogue, and then we have the spirit of justice. And Johnny Blaze Nicolas Cage will be forced to act like Carter Slade, the mentor to Ryan Gosling. So that's what's going to happen. It's a big internal conflict. Imagine these two crazy Sigma males trying to do double penance stares on each other, screaming at each other. Look how awesome that would be. And then it would be a battle for the soul of Ryan Gosling's Johnny Blaze and Nicolas Cage helping. Trying to say, Nicolas Cage has been there before. He knows exactly everything that Ryan Gosling's going through. So this is like the perfect way to bring his character in. To save our other main character because they're both similar. They both have similar entities occupying them. Both similar versions of Zarathos from different realities occupying this one story. That's how you bring him in. That's how you bring him in. Nicolas Cage is a way to beat Marvel Zombies. Look at this weirdo. Disney, do it. You have to do it. okay? I can't write everything for you, all right? You fucking idiots. If you want to know how Eric Bana's Hulk could be used to save Mark Ruffalo's help with another demonic persona called the Devil Hulk, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movie theories with like-minded individuals in a community geared towards changing storytelling itself, join the free Discord now. The link is in the description below and probably in the comment section too. Join the Discord now. We're taking over Hollywood one Coke line at a time. See you on the other side.